Welcome back to Fallout 4, my name is Ricky, and this is Corvo. This is a challenge run where we are not taking any perks. Last week we discovered who was stealing supplies from the Brotherhood. It was a guy from the Brotherhood who was feeding ghouls. Yeah, it's a whole thing. And this week we're going to continue working with the Brotherhood. There's a couple of things I've never actually done in Fallout 4 on the channel, and one of those things is working with the Brotherhood. Now, we're not ending the game with the Brotherhood, I want to be clear about that, but we can go at least a little bit down their questline path without getting to the point of no return. So that's what we're going to do a little bit today, and the reason we're in Sanctuary is because this is the first place we have to start. First things first, we have to talk to Sturgis, because we have to get the holotape from Sturgis, or a copy of the holotape from Sturgis, so that way we can give it to, what's her face? Can't think of her name. And with the Brotherhood. The only person I like in the Brotherhood, and I can't think of her name.
Sturgis, remember that holotape with all the Institute data? I need it back.
Oh, yeah? Why? What have you got cooking?
I'm working on something with the Brotherhood of Steel. They want to look at the data I got from the Institute.
The Brotherhood, huh? I sure hope you know what you're doing. Here you go. I've already made myself a copy.
Well, that's good news. I'm glad you made yourself a copy, because I was a little bit nervous you weren't going to be able to keep that copy, so that way we could end the game with the Minutemen like my plan is. I mean, come on. Do you think that I wasn't going to already know that? Proctor Ingram is who we're giving it to. But also, you are probably aware of the fact that there is a point of no return with the Institute and the Brotherhood of Steel. And we're getting pretty close to that point. I'm going to try and delay it as long as possible, so I can get it to line up with basically like the end of the game. But it may not, because I kind of want to get pretty far in building the Brotherhood's giant robot. We'll have to see. Ingram.
Proctor, I came across a holotape with a full scan of the Institute.
Came across.
Thanks.
So we gave that to her, and we get a nice juicy chunk of experience. And now we have to go talk to Dr. Madison Lee. You know what's fun? Playing Fallout 4 first and not knowing who Madison Lee is, and everyone like, I mean, hey guys, look, it's Madison Lee, and you're like, okay, fine, whatever. And then you play Fallout 3 and you're like, oh, that's why everyone loved Madison Lee. Okay, maybe not Madison Lee herself, but like her being in the game, because it was a connection to Fallout 3, a game that they loved.
I've been sent by the Brotherhood of Steel to find you.
Surprise!
You don't beat around the bush, I'll give you that. I knew it was just a matter of time before your people would track me down.
Sure.
Say what you came here to say, and then leave me alone.
Are you happy here?
You'd think being surrounded by cutting-edge laboratory equipment and some of the greatest minds the world's ever known would be enough.
Yeah.
Only problem is the lack of transparency.
Get that.
I don't think we get the full story on everything that
Corvo
occurs
feels
down
the
here.
same
What
way.
does that have to do with why we're talking?
The Brotherhood needs your help, Doctor.
Needs my help. Why? They seem to have everything
Build
under
your
control
giant
right now.
robot again?
What reason would I have to throw away everything I've accomplished here?
Well,
Father trusts me, and so should you.
He trusts you because you're family.
Eh.
I'm not. I can't just take your word for it. I need more than that.
how about Virgil turned himself into a super mutant and Sean covered it up?
The Brotherhood has always been straight with you.
I am getting a bit tired of all the secrets around here. Sometimes I feel like Father isn't being straight with me. How can I turn my back on all of this?
Well, we're gonna blow up the Institute, so maybe you should leave.
Your work could be instrumental in freeing the Commonwealth.
You really know how to push my buttons, don't you? You know, I never understood why the Institute was so damn selfish.
Yeah.
All those innocent people up there, dying. And here I am, surrounded by technology that could make their lives better. Yet we
Yeah.
hide down here and insulate ourselves from everything and everyone. It's not right.
Fair.
Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr. Madison Lee.
You remember that little annoying brat subbing around the Pentagon? Or the Citadel, whatever. Yeah, he's in charge now, and he's the guy who sent me.
I received word that Dr. Lee is returning to us.
Yep.
How cooperative do you think she'll be?
I've convinced her that the Institute is the enemy.
I want you to report to Proctor Ingram at the airport. She has a special project that requires your immediate attention.
Okay. Oh, alright. Well, still got a huge chunk of experience, but not quite enough.
So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project.
Yep.
How much has Maxon told you about it?
Nothing.
Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac.
Huh, so you have. Hello.
This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime.
Yeah,
Brotherhood
well,
used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave.
they did.
It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Unfortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty.
Yeah, but
I've spent the better
that
part
was
of the
mostly
last few
because of
years piecing
stupidity.
it back together. And if you think
They
that
didn't
was
need to
easy,
bring Liberty
try
Prime on that
rebuilding and
mission.
protect- The good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding to get them working again.
Okay.
The first problem is his CPU.
Okay.
It's fragile, and every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out. As much as I hate to admit it, Prime's power systems are out of my league. Luckily, you were able to convince Dr. Madison Lee to return to the Brotherhood.
Yep.
She was on the original build team for Liberty Prime a little over a decade ago. I've already spoken to her, but she's reluctant to work on Prime for some
Probably
reason.
because
If you
she
could get
saw
a
what it
darn
did
good
last
lend a
time.
hand with his power system, we can get the big guy moving.
Which I think is weird because the Brotherhood did use it to take on the Enclave. Like this version of the Brotherhood, yeah, they're nightmares. But the Fallout 3 version of the Brotherhood, slightly less of a nightmare. Still kinda bad, but nowhere near as bad. Still way less militant.
If you're here to talk me into working on Liberty Prime, you can forget it. You neglected to mention that I'd be asked to work on
Well,
Liberty
I
Prime.
didn't know.
I've been down this road with the Brotherhood before. Why would I make the same mistake twice?
Oh.
Because we care what happens to the Commonwealth.
You know, if anyone else wearing a Brotherhood of Steel uniform said something like that, I'd laugh in their face. But coming from you...
Which is good, because
it
I'm not
sounds
wearing a
like you
Brotherhood of Steel
actually mean
uniform.
it. Tell Proctor Ingram to get her scribes ready.
Oh, hey!
Spread the word, the Brotherhood, across the
Well,
Commonwealth.
now, wondered when I'd see you again.
Welcome back, Paladin.
Listen, I didn't have a chance to thank you properly before. I want you to have my old gun. It kept me alive
okay.
all those years. Maybe it can
I mean,
do the same
you
for
clean up much nicer than I expected. I don't know.
Not exactly regulation issue, but
No, it's
It
magic.
serves you
It lets me
as
do
well
more
as
damage the lower my
serving
health is. I totally forgot about Paladin Brandis. I'm kind of glad that I remembered while I was recording instead of like after I'd finished recording or before I started recording I'd run into him. I would have been kind of annoyed. I mean, it wasn't a big deal, but it's kind of nice to see him cleaned up. And if you do fight with the Brotherhood, he's there. And if you come and destroy the Brotherhood with the Institute, he's also there.
Things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Doctor?
I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power flowing into his CPU core without overloading.
Since things are going so well, we're gonna have you start building his electromagnetic actuators.
Cool.
These are the plans and the materials list. Don't lose them.
Now,
Cool.
before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know that we have plenty of the raw materials on that list right here at the airport. The
Uh-huh.
only thing we need you to head out and find is a high-powered magnet. According to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one is in any of the ruined hospitals around the Commonwealth. We've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need. They should be back by the time you return.
Once you
So,
start building
why do I
the
have to go get
actuators,
one then?
We need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4.
Okay. Oh yeah, sure. Just go here. This is a good place to go. Why not? Totally worth going there. I have never, ever done this quest without just going to Diamond City and buying one, because usually, I mean, she definitely does with the mod I have installed, but even unmodified, usually Myrna or Percy sells a high-powered magnet. So we're headed down to what is actually the Silver Shroud quest hospital. I'm not looking forward to doing that. As I said before, I've never done it this way, and I've never been in this hospital except for when I was doing the Silver Shroud stuff, so I don't really know what to expect. This ought to be interesting. I don't have a tremendous amount of fusion cells, which is not great news. I'm a little bit nervous about that. And I don't have the shotgun from last week, and that was a dumb idea. I mean, shotguns are great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you can't or shouldn't use a shotgun. But when you're not putting any perks into it, like... I mean, it's not a high-level enemy anymore, but you know what? I'm not gonna waste my time fighting it. But when you're not putting any perks into anything... Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Just a random legendary albino mongrel? I mean, it's got an armor piece I'm not going to use, but still. The shotgun isn't great if you're not, you know, boosting its damage, because you really need to be killing things in, like, one hit. Hey, look, Eleanor's still alive. That's exciting. Every so often, sometimes you'll die. Also, I just remembered something. I don't know if I've talked about this, but we're not doing the Silver Shroud quest in this playthrough because I don't want to. Just FYI. Milton General. Bye. This could end real quick. So it appears to be robots I'm fighting. I'm detected, but I'm not in caution, which is nice. Now I'm in caution. It appears to be robots I'm fighting.
Intruder detected. Beginning search.
Please don't begin your search.
Intruder. Identify yourself.
Well, my name's Corvo. I'm here for a high-powered magnet. If you guys wouldn't mind just letting me get it, I can leave and there won't be any problems at all. See, there's no mines here because it's not the Silver Shroud.
Law-abiding citizens will not be armed. Attention, fugitives should be considered armed and dangerous.
I am armed and very dangerous. You got that right. Hey, another technical document. You sound too much like Codsworth for me to really care. Did I do no damage to you before, or are you a different Protectron? Well, okay. So like a second ago when you told me I had a 95% chance of hitting, what you meant was a 0% chance, video game. Stop lying to me. Nope, definitely a different one. Obviously, I really should be aiming for the torso, because that is the weak point of robots. You know what? There's a decided lack of turrets. I like that. So I'm just going to go into the boss room and see what happens. Yep, this is where I need to go. Dr. Handy MD. Wow, I'm doing more damage than, Alright, well, okay. That was quite fun. What does he have on him? And... high-powered magnet, which is the whole reason we came here. And that's about all that was useful in that particular place. Bunch of ammo I don't need. Oh, there's a Protectron right there that is not hostile to me at all. That must have been that's who's detecting me. Okay. Now, if you'll remember, before we came in here, there was a super mutant charging at us. Let's see what happens. Because if I have to do this whole thing again, I'm going to be a little bit pissed. Well, okay, so apparently everyone decided to just chill out and reset. Couldn't have asked for a better outcome, that's for sure. And of course it's raining, because why wouldn't it be raining? But we're in power armor, so at least we're not getting wet. You know what I mean? 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's all 4 actuators. Delivered and done.
Cool.
Nice work.
Right on schedule. I've completed the restoration of Prime's basic functions, and he's ready to go.
It won't be long before Prime can walk and talk, but he's missing one last important
Sure.
element. His nukes. Proctor Quinlan has located some records regarding a military installation, which was used as a nuclear weapons storage facility.
Yeah, okay.
We're fairly certain this included a stockpile of the Mark 28s.
Cool.
Catch is that the installation is located somewhere within
Of
the glowing
course.
sea. Hopefully, by the time you've returned, we'll be ready to wake Prime up, and you can say hello.
Cool. We did level up while we were hunting that magnet. And guess what? Last charisma, and now we have charisma at 10. And then I can go get the charisma bobblehead, and then we can have charisma 11 and pass every single charisma check without needing to be out of our power armor. It'll be real exciting. real exciting. Well, we rescued Madison Lee. She may be the only person we're going to be able to rescue from the Institute, at least, you know, until the end of the game. Now they want us to go find some nukes, but we're gonna not go find some nukes just yet. We'll probably maybe do that in a couple of weeks, but next week there might have to be a bit of a battle at a hill. This has been Fallout 4. Thank you for watching, and come back soon for more Fallout 4.